What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Josiah here, back today with another video. Today, I'm recording kind of in a different font. I've got the tripod. I have it on my phone. Hopefully it's not too zoomed in. I'll probably check after I end this recording. But me and Kane are here. And today, we are gonna be taking the C5 out and we're gonna go look and I'm gonna talk to you guys about the Mustang, the New Edge Mustang that we bought, as well as the plans, and we might get started on it because I mean, who knows? Maybe, you know. Haven't really heard back from Lathan, but that's okay. I took on this project knowing full well I was going to tackle it regardless. I'm hoping it is just the rod bearings and main bearings. No, hopefully just the rod bearings, and then while we're in there, we fix them. We put the new main bearings that we ordered too, and then we can knock this out, get some headers on this thing. The X-pipe is on back order for these. That's why it's been taking like 2 months. You can go to speedengineering.com and check, because those are who I'm going to use, because who doesn't want some budget-friendly headers? But for the C5, the X-pipes are on back order. Yeah, we're going to be taking the Corvette out there. Corvette does need an oil change, so there will be a video on that probably this week. I'm going to get oil and a filter tomorrow. We're going to go out and do that. I'm going to stop yapping. But again, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. We just hit 2,124 subs, as well as we hit 1.8 million views on the channel. Shorts and long forms all combined, 1.8 million views. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys a ton. We're 260 some hours away from getting members, so you guys can join my membership and donate money if you wanted to help out with the builds, all that. Dude, we're getting there, so I appreciate you guys a ton. We're gonna get straight into this. Me and Kane are gonna get in the car now and stop yapping. Come on, Kane. Come on. I've never driven manual with him down there. With all of my automatics, every car that I've had that's an automatic down there, never been a problem. So I've never driven with him down there. We're gonna see how that goes. All right, you guys, so we have made it out here. Me and Kane are getting out. I don't know what this sound is. Do y'all know what this is? I don't know, but it's on the car. I'm sick of figuring shit out. There's already so much I have to do on that car. I'm not worried. Oh, the Mustang. So I've actually made a huge load of progress out here, mostly getting prepared for the car. So we have this. We got 2 tables and this to put all of our parts on. I cleaned out all this stuff here, organized some stuff over here, organized a bunch of tools over here, cleaned all that stuff up over there. All this used to be junk, as well as cleaned up a little over here. So we have the room. We can fit 3 cars in here now. And I can always move these out. And I'm eventually gonna sell this. But yeah, we have room now. And I cleaned up to the point where if it gets hot, I can open both of these and get a draft in here. And I'll tell you, it works, because it gets hot. So what we're gonna do now, I'll just leave the Corvette out here, and I'll get a 3/8 ratchet and do the anti-venom mod real quick. I actually gotta let it cool down anyway. So I'm finna just leave it here. But we're gonna get all of this stuff. Ooh, there's a snake over here. I heard it hiss. I probably got too close to him. I heard him. Anyway, I did catch a huge bull snake. I got him. I have him in my hands. Out here, when I was cleaning, it was pretty gnarly. I'm gonna throw it in first. It popped out a second again. We finally got that resolved. And it popped out a second a few times on the way in here. Hasn't done that the whole time. So I'm worried. And that shop, the shop still, I still don't know how they did on the clutch job. Hopefully they did, at least a decent enough job where it doesn't, I don't know. Look at all these tools. This is my granddad's. But these are all mine. Bought a bunch of tools and parts so we can get started with this. So, yeah, that's really it. We're gonna bring it in there and get it started. All right, so I'm gonna move this motor mount over to here. It's beautiful to the ears, I tell you. Beautiful. And then this engine hoist, I'm gonna move it over here too. Which is also just lovely to the ears. floor jack, which we will need here since I'm going to do that anti-venom mod. But the reason I'm moving all that stuff is, drum roll please, so that I can move this here and put the tables out. So we're gonna move this right here. I'm gonna put a table here, maybe just right here, because why not? Okay. God, these are big. We may only need one. So I've never pulled an engine. I have no mechanical experience. I barely know how to change the fluids. And the only fluids I know how to change are what were on the Corvette. But I do have a bucket, another bucket, well, an old broken ice cooler, 2 oil pans, a bunch of tools that I bought, a dream, and a tree stump. So at the very least, we could drain all the fluids out of this and pour it on that dead tree stump, because that's what Granddad said to do. Before we do that, let's go and get these tables out and get our parts in here. This video is going to be more in real time, as I'm kind of just talking to you guys while I go. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If not, oh well, you know. I want to be successful and stuff. I also want to do what I got to do, so that's what I'm doing. Alright. This one's here. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that one there. I might just move it. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I like that there. Alright. Now we're back. Now, to get my tools, as well as the tools I borrowed from my grandfather. Alright. Here we go. These are the screwdrivers and stuff that I borrowed, as well as the cordless 2-speed hammer drill that I borrowed, which I'm going to put back over here on his stuff. All right, now for the breakdown of parts that I've ordered so that you guys can go through this with me, as well as some stuff I bought. So I did go ahead and get myself a Milwaukee M12 fuel. So it's a 3/8 up to 550 foot-pounds. I did get the M12, not the M18. A lot of you might disagree with the fact that I didn't get the M18 because the M18 is just a bigger battery. But the reason is, it came with 2 free batteries. Apparently these were $169. So buying this over the M18 and then paying $169 for 2 other batteries for the M18 seemed like the more cheaper, budget efficient thing. As well as this, I think it was $99. This charges M18 and M12. So I'm not only stuck to the M12. Say I get a M18 angle, I can charge it on here. So I have a charger for M12s and M18, and I can always have one in my fuel thing, as well as one charging. So I'm not mad. That's not ridiculous. As for the FedEx packages, we got, we'll move these to the side. We got our ARP bolts. So Lathan told me to order these. I don't know necessarily what they're for because we haven't talked in 2-3 days. Busy man, ain't gonna say anything bad, but I can always find out. I ordered them. I'm assuming they're for the ones that we can't, he explained to me that there are bolts that we can't take off once we get to like, the crankshaft, once we get to the crankshaft and the main bearings, yada yada, and you can't reuse them. You can't retorque them. But these apparently you can. So I went ahead and spent $300. I think it cost me $321 for both sets of these. Both of those. So the bolts and studs. And then ARP Racing Quality Fasteners. There we go. Next, we'll do another FedEx box actually. This is our rear main seal. We're already gonna be in there. Why not change it out? Next, I got a set of 3/8 drives, millimeter socket sets. So 10-piece socket set, millimeter, yeah, basically 10 millimeter 11 all the way down to 19. You guys know more about it than me. I'm just learning. Please give me a break. I got some. We have some here, but I got these for me and for my new drill. Lathan said that I shouldn't. Lathan, as well as online, said that a ton of people said that they use just normal sockets just fine, and it doesn't break off of the power tool. So if it's not gonna break, I'm not gonna spend $150 on some that are specifically made for that. Oh well, big whoop. If they break, I have some more somewhere. As well as I got some little extenders, extension set, 3/8 as well. Okay, next, big box, oil pan. So we got our nice little oil pan gasket. We got this from, I think, American Muscle. Looks great, other than this little paint skirmish here. I thought it might have been broken, but it just looks like the paints came off. I don't see anything wrong with it. Looks clean on the inside. Really excited to put this on. I think it cost me $184. So I'm gonna set this box somewhere because I may need it, who knows. After that, we have trash. Ooh, a beautiful little receipt, I think. Yeah, got our little receipt. Funny, this is what needs replaced, and it only cost me 80 bucks. The oil pan needs replaced too. It was already leaking, and they just nigger rigged it. I'll show you in a sec. But yeah, got the receipt, only cost me 80 bucks. So I believe, I don't know which is which. They both say engine bearing. So I got both rod bearings for Ford V8 4.6 liter. I got rod bearings from King Engine Bearing Specialist. I got I don't know if these are the rod bearings or the main bearings. It's just two of them. I got rod bearings, as well as, I'm gonna put them in a box so I don't mix them up and I can look up later because I have no clue what the difference between them is. I know one has a bigger thing. So yeah, King Racing, that'll be a cool sticker to put on when we're all done. I got rod bearings and main bearings. I believe these might be the main bearings. So there's this little tool here, as well as a thick one, and then 8, 16, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and this, 10. So yeah, got both of those. So that is probably our problem. Apparently this car has spun a rod, and that's what we're gonna fix. That's why we gotta pull the motor. But apparently, you don't have to pull the motor to do so. Apparently you can just drop the oil pan. So if I could do that, that'd be awesome. Who knows? That may be all this is. Maybe by the time I post this video and read you guys' comments, you guys are like, oh, just replace them from the bottom. Because I've seen, I don't know, 10 videos. I may not have to pull the engine, but it does have a small rod knock. So the reason I think it spun a rod is they literally they couldn't tell me why. They had no clue why it spun a rod, but they heard the knocking. And it doesn't sound like a main bearing. There's no metal shavings as far as I know. I haven't taken the oil pan off. And as you guys probably see, there's no oil pan gaskets. I haven't ordered the gaskets because I was gonna order a bunch of gaskets all in like a kit and then save some money, spend like 200 bucks and get like 5 or 6 of them and then just order what we needed. But as there's been no progress made in 2 weeks, I'll probably do the oil pan gasket and I might just try to fix it from the oil pan. That may be my best bet. Regardless, what I think happened, sorry for ADHD, sorry for going all over the place, is he hit something and chipped the oil pan, and then it was gradually leaking oil, and he just kept driving it. And then they fixed it. There was his brother told him, he was like, you know you're leaking oil, right? And he was like, what? No way. He was like, yeah, you're leaking oil. Showed him, fixed the problem, and then apparently shortly after that, spun a bearing. So I'm thinking that because of lack of oil, because the oil was leaking, yada, 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 the bearing, or the rod bearing, wasn't getting enough oil because there's supposed to be a little oil in the space of the crankshaft as it goes, yada, yada, yada. And it ended up, sealing onto there because it got too hot, and it spun a rod. I don't know, I'm no mechanic. I've literally just been watching videos, and that's just what I've deduced. I'm probably not very intelligent to deduce that. But if we could fix this with just these two things, and not have to pull the motor, fantastic. If Lathan ends up coming over and helping me and he's like, let's just pull the motor, and we pull the motor in a day, then that's fantastic. We pull the motor and check out, get new gaskets, yada yada. But as of right now, this is all we've got. I do need to order this gasket at the very least. Because if I'm gonna do it myself without Lathan's help, I think I'll probably try to do it from the bottom. But you guys let me know down below for sure. But before that, let's go and pop this engine. Oh my gosh, I left my trunk open. My battery's gonna die in the Corvette. I just realized I didn't bring my Mustang keys. Hopefully this isn't locked. Okay, it's not. Oh, there's lights. Oh, so the battery's not dead. Cool. I've gotten so used to hoods opening from the back, or from the front, I mean, from the back leading to the front, that this is just weird. Anyway, now let's look into the motor. Some of you who have been here already have seen this motor and know that it's got a lot of modifications. So, this is aftermarket, this is aftermarket, this is aftermarket, the heads are aftermarket, the cams are aftermarket, it is cammed. The intake is aftermarket, I believe the throttle body might be aftermarket. I have no clue. Basically, a lot of this stuff is aftermarket and I have no clue what I'm doing. Like, I'm just looking at this, it's a big old junk of a mess, but I'm gonna figure it out. It's a beautiful junk of a mess. Oh wow, API service SN, SAEFW20. Cool. Oh, cool. Anywho, yeah, so YouTube and you guys are gonna be what helps me. I'm super excited to get this done and worked on, as well as to get it running and going. Oh, is that oil on here? Yo. Is that oil? Am I tweaking? I don't know. It's been sitting here for a little bit. Let's see if it's leaking. No, I don't think it has, because we ran it the other day for a little bit and it didn't. So I think so. I think we're good. But yeah, this car has a ton of aftermarket parts. It has enough that I would be able to take it off and sell the parts for more than I got the car for. The rims, you know, 300 bucks. Drag radials, maybe another 300 bucks. The seats, 200, 100 bucks. They're Corbio, yada yada. The subs, at least 500. Oh, it's lighting up down there. That's sick as fuck. Intake, maybe 100 bucks, maybe 50 bucks. Any of this stuff, maybe 50 bucks. Maybe if I can fix sell the motor as is, maybe 200 bucks, you know? The transmission, 1,000 bucks. So we're not at a complete and total loss. You guys are going for a ride for a sec. We're not at a complete and total loss. And I think that we could get it done. But to start with, I need to get it on those little old raggedy daggedy jack stands and drain the oil and take that oil pan off and see if I can do it from the bottom. If I can do it from the bottom and get this done in a couple days, I'm gonna watch a few more videos and see how they're doing it. I know they have sandpaper, like low grit sandpaper or something, or high grit, something like that. And they sand it before they put it back, as well as get it wet. I really don't get it. I'm learning here. Y'all are gonna have to help me out. But yeah, I'm super excited to start this project. I may end up just watching the full 2-hour video of how this guy pulled it. I think he started with this and then just slowly went down and then pulled the engine and the transmission together. So yeah, that may be what I do. But again, I appreciate you guys' time for all the love and support, and any help would be greatly appreciated. I really, really do need some help. I really am left in the dark. I'm going to post a video on forums after this. I'm going to take a ton of pictures and just go from there. See if we can get this done. If I can do this, then I can do anything, you know? Even if I don't pull the engine, that will give me the courage to take on the headers on my Corvette, because that's really what it is. I'm really just scared. Scared to work on my own stuff, but now I'm working on my own stuff. It's the whole reason I bought this. So we're going to get it done one way or another. I appreciate you guys being along for the ride. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Now I'm going to spend an hour editing this and then surfing forums. And then maybe I'll have a video on the oil change on Thursday. See y'all then.